loved one was in the room with them. And so it was scary, but it was also kind of reassuring that you have, what they believed to be the spirit of their mother looking out for them. And when their father finally came home that night, they rushed to tell their father about the tapping that they heard. And they were happy about it. They weren't scared about it. They were happy about it. And, Brian, he's worked all day and he's grieving the loss of his wife. And he thinks that his daughters are making it up, especially because they told him about the Ouija board. And he's just thinking to himself, they're grieving. They're struggling with the loss of their mother. They're grieving. And, he felt really bad for them. And he even considered that first night putting them into therapy. Not because he was upset with them or anything, but because he's like, this is a manifestation of grief. But he ultimately said, look, guys, just go back to bed. I'm sure she's looking out for us. Go to bed. We'll talk about this tomorrow. And so the girls went back to their rooms. Brian didn't think much of it, and everybody goes to bed. Now, this tapping would persist for several days. The tapping got so frequent that it actually started disturbing the girls' sleep. And every time they would yell to their father to come in and check, the tapping would stop. And so it was like kind of driving them crazy. And then when they would all leave the house during the day and the evening, whenever, anytime the house was empty. And so they would come back to the house and, things would be moved, furniture would be moved slightly out of position. Some of the silverware had been moved around, just little things all over the house. And, Annie and Jessica's father is quick to say, guys, I know this is you. I know you miss your mom, and I know you want this to be real, that you want your mom to be here with us right now, but she's not. And you got to stop this whole ghost thing. This is not healthy. If this continues, I am going to ask that you guys start seeing a grief counselor. And the girls were insistent that it was not them. And the fact that their father didn't believe them and they knew it wasn't them, it put them in a really bad spot because they felt totally alone, scared to be in their house because now it didn't really feel like their mother. And so they're thinking that this is like an evil ghost that they've unlocked through that Ouija board seance. And it's now terrorizing them. And there's nothing they can do because their father doesn't believe them. And it's just consistently happening. They don't know what to do. One evening in January of 1987, the girls were together in the front room of their house. And they started hearing tapping sounds again. And so they hear this tapping sound not coming from the walls, but coming from the basement. And suddenly they feel, some confidence, like they're going to go down and confront this thing. So they head right downstairs into the basement and there's nothing. The tapping stops as soon as they're down there and they can't find anything.